There is a profound disappointment among the American people because we keep winning elections and then we keep getting leaders who don't do anything they promised. Sadly, today we have government of the lobbyist, by the lobbyist, and for the lobbyist. That is not how the United States Senate is supposed to operate.
Ted Cruz repeatedly called out his own Republican leader.
The Senate's Republican leadership swinging back at Senator Ted Cruz.
There's a reason so many politicians talk about standing up to Washington, and yet so few actually do it. Because it's far easier to take the path of least resistance.
Cruz knows what he did was controversial, but felt he had to speak out.
How do you break the Washington cartel? You make the political price of doing the wrong thing higher than the political price of doing the right thing. And that can only come from we the people.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz convened a subcommittee hearing grilling Commissioner John Koskinen.
If the IRS has become a partisan arm of the Democratic National Committee, there can be no stronger argument for ending the IRS as we know it, so that no administration, Democrat or Republican, can use the IRS to target its political opponents.
This morning, Senator Ted Cruz, a hero on Kate's Law, again introduced a standalone bill in the Senate.
If Kate's Law had been passed 5 years ago, Kate Steinle would still be alive. And that means every Democrat that stands up and blocks Kate's Law need to be prepared to explain why standing with violent criminal illegal aliens is more important than protecting American citizens.
Videotape surfaces showing Planned Parenthood admitting, even celebrating, its practice of harvesting the organs of aborted fetuses for money.
And I call upon the United States Congress right now, today, to stand up and lead and to defund Planned Parenthood.
Determined critics of the Iran nuke deal raising their voices on the steps of the Capitol just moments ago.
It is a disgrace for this administration to abandon Americans in Iranian hellholes. If we allow tens and hundreds of billions of dollars to flow into the hands of terrorists, it places complicity for that terrorism on this administration.
Senator Ted Cruz pushing for new laws to freeze the current refugee program. Cruz working with the governor out of Texas on a bill that will allow states to opt out of resettling refugees.
There are 3 pieces of legislation I've introduced that I urge leaders in Congress to take up and pass immediately to address this terror threat. Our strategy with radical Islamic terrorism should be very simple. We win, they lose. You don't have to win every fight. You don't have to fight every fight. But you do have to stand for something.